Welcome to this training showreel from Lawhounds. My name's Steph Barber and I'm one of the founders of Lawhounds, and I practiced as a solicitor for many years. One of my specialist areas was data protection and privacy. We've put together this sample video to provide an insight into the sorts of training videos that we have available for GP surgeries. This sample is taken from our data protection and GDPR library. So let's start by saying that GDPR is definitely here to stay and it will become law in 2018. GDPR started life as a European directive, and so a lot of people have assumed that when the UK leaves the EU, that's it, we can forget all about it. However, our government has announced its plans some time ago, and they are committed and have stated that GDPR will become law in May 2018, and Brexit will not have any effect on this. So why have they done this? Well, the UK hopes to continue to do business with the EU, and it's really clear from GDPR that any organisation who wants to offer any type of service to the EU market must comply with GDPR. So to protect the UK's business interests, the UK has to comply with GDPR, and so all organisations are affected by it. So, okay, after Brexit, there might well be some tweaks as to how it works in the UK, and there are likely to be minor things, but the core things are going to be staying close to the rights and obligations that are contained in the original GDPR directive.
Healthcare providers operate in high-trust environments. Patients expect their sensitive personal and medical information to be properly protected. GDPR makes some changes in how information is protected. Take three related but separate sets of data category: administrative, medical, and pharmacology. A GP is likely to have open access to all these areas of data. A nurse may well have limited access, particularly if she attends the practice only for blood tests. A member of staff who is on disciplinary suspension should have no access. An agency temp should typically have limited access. What remote access controls do you need for someone working part-time from home? Compartmentalizing data into categories enables you to have more control of the proper access to data. A paediatric nurse attending to run clinics may require access to the significant elements of a family medical history, but access to the parent's detailed information isn't routinely necessary. A locum providing holiday cover may have remote access to patient records for home visits, but it's up to you to ensure that the access is terminated as soon as the locum is released by the practice. It will help to identify the way your system categorizes the data you process. This will enable you to decide which roles require access to which categories of data. Planning and a considered approach to data management will help you to develop a model that not only works for your practice, but which also ensures that you're GDPR compliant.
So what about breaches of data? Well, we need to be prepared to self-police and report certain types of breaches to the relevant supervisory authority, which in our case is the ICO or Information Commissioner's Office, and that reporting has to take place within 72 hours. We've seen the court involvement and the bad PR over the GP's ex-employee who could access data post-termination, and so it really is a time to examine and to tighten up security measures within every practice. The types of breaches that need to be reported to the ICO are those which are likely to result in a risk to the rights and freedoms of individuals. The test here is significant detrimental effect on a person's life. So something like loss of confidentiality or damage to reputation or financial loss will count. It means assessing each breach according to the potential damage. So, for example, a breach of details which could result in identity fraud would be something that's reportable. Notifying the ICO is the first stage, but you also need to inform the individuals concerned, the data subjects, which is necessary when there's a high risk. And this is a higher threshold than when notifying the ICO. And it's a high risk to their rights and freedoms. And this means every member of your staff understanding the significance of the sensitive data that you hold and the risks that are involved in breaching these requirements to the very future of your practice. All GP practices need to check existing systems that are in place and self-audit to be able to deal with this, or run the risk of high fines and very, very unwelcome public scrutiny, as well as potential legal action. In our next video, we're going to be examining how to audit your practice. Thank you so much for watching our show reel. We hope that it has given you some insight as to the types of training that we offer GP practices. If you have any queries or would like to discuss any aspect of training, then please do get in touch. You can email us at the team at lawhound.co.uk.